am gonna look for some ideas. Let's do Android next. Just one word, one sentence, and then I just will cut them. Yes. So, hello everyone and welcome to a new video. So today I'm gonna be talking about a writer's blockade, which is something I struggled with myself a lot of times, and I think many people that write can relate to this, if not all of us writers. A writer's blockade is something that happens a lot of times. It's just a time in your life when you just feel like you can't write. So for some of us, a writer's blockade might be for about only 1 week, a few days, or sometimes even months or years that people just can't write. So in this video I'm gonna be talking about 5 reasons why you might be having a writer's blockade. So if you're interested in, just keep watching. Well, first point why people or you might have a writer's blockade. The first reason might be because you are stuck in the same routine every day. So having a routine in your day and your daily life is normal, and it's important too. For many people it gives security, it means calmness, and we all have routines. We all have some morning routines or some daily routines that we do, but sometimes we get stuck in our everyday lives. So we get stuck in our routines. We just do the same things all over and over again. So if you can't write, maybe that's one reason. You're bored. You're bored of your life. You have to think like that. If you see and do the same things every day, you have the same conversations with the same people every day, how would you get inspiration from? How would something excite you and be new and make you want to write about it? How does your mind come up with creativity if everything stays the same? So this might be one reason. And the second reason is because you are missing something. So this might sound weird, but for me it was almost always the reason why I personally had a writer's blockade. So sometimes maybe you don't even know what is missing from you. It's maybe a feeling or a hobby you did, or a friend, a person, a place. Something like that. You're missing something that gave you a good feeling or a certain type of feeling of happiness. And when you write, when we write our own desires, our thoughts, or dreams, or fears, they are always somehow in our text, even if the text is about a murderer and it's something entirely different from you, a fantasy. And of course in your life you don't have fairies and fantasy and you're not a murderer, but still, in every text you write, you process some things of your own mind, of your own head. So if you're missing something, maybe you can't write, because when you write it, that feeling of that thing that you're missing will come up and your mind doesn't want to know what it's missing, because it gives you a bad feeling, because we all know we don't want to miss something. Missing is one of the worst feelings in the world. So maybe that's one problem you have, and you don't even know what you're missing, or maybe you know it but you can't deal with that feeling, or you can't get over it yet. So maybe you have to look for that and process that. The third point is maybe you have a lot on pressure on writing. So either you got a certain time you have to finish that and that, so that pressures you a lot, or your last story or novel was so good and beautiful and nice that now you feel like, oh god, I have to write something like that again, it has to be better, it has to be at least the same, and maybe someone will read it and you will be like, oh my god, I need to make this text perfect. And if you have so much pressure on your writing, first of all, you will lose the joy of writing, because pressure is not a good feeling. And secondly, you will start procrastinating. Procrastinating is normal, because when we fear something, it's just like with learning, we will just, our own mind will start avoiding it and try to do other things that feel good to avoid that. It's a healthy reaction we have, but this could be a reason why you can't write. You have a lot of pressure, either from the outside or from yourself, that you put on your writing. So try to take that pressure out. Fourth point is you have some unprocessed things in your life that happened. So this one is for me always a reason why I can't write, even though I have some other reasons too, but this is always the background of why I have a writer's blockade. Because we write, and when we write we open our heart to what we write. Everything just feels like ripping out, and you will face so many feelings that you have and memories, because everything that's in here, it's all intertwined together, and your subconscious is so important when you write. There are things coming up that you don't even realize, but it's your subconscious that gives you the creativity a lot of times. So those unprocessed things can lay back a lot of time in the future. And maybe something triggered you that those suppressed things are like more present again, like the loss of your grandpa. Or maybe it's something recently that happened. Your parents got divorced, you're going through a breakup, you had a really bad argument with a friend, you moved to another place. So those things that you're not able to process and to face, they are stuck here. And the reason why you're not able to face it, because you're afraid of it, because maybe it will hurt you so much and you don't know how to deal with that feeling of sadness. And it's normal. It's a healthy reaction of the mind again, that it tries to kind of protect us from the things that will hurt us. But it's also important, really important, to face things and to process them and to think about it and to know what hurt you really and what is the real problem you are having. And if you don't do that, you won't be able to write, because your mind will stop you. It will be like you can't write about anything because you can't open your heart to it, because then maybe some bad things will come out. And yes. And now, last but not least, the fifth reason why you may not be able to write is because you want to say something really important. So, in the first place, this sounds maybe weird, like, okay, but if I have to say something important, why can't I just write it down? I mean, it's important to me, right? Yes, it is. But maybe you got a wonderful idea. You want to share it with the world. It's really important to you. The story, the characters in your head, they're like, oh my god, I want to make this. It sounds so nice. And because it's so important, first of all, you're getting afraid again, because you don't want to mess it up and you're overthinking a lot. And then it's a pressure to put out that important thing, and you might get overwhelmed with it. So for that, try to write it down and to outline a lot when you're having that feeling that it's so important that you want to get it right, then you might need to write every idea you have down. I think that is important, so you will take the pressure out of it, that you won't have it like you need to have it, because it's important to you, so of course you want to get it right. So those were my 5 reasons why you might have a writer's blockade. I really hope you liked the video. It's something from my personal experience and I was thinking about it a lot lately. And because for me, when you have a writer's blockade and when you are a writer, it's always really close to your personal life, to your mental health. So at least for me it's like that. And you should really look what's happening with you. Because writing for us is a feeling of being free, of feeling good, of getting things out. Every writer knows the feeling how bad we feel when we can't write. It makes you feel like so sad and depressed and you're always thinking about why can't I write. So yeah, I hope I could help you and maybe you can relate to some of the points and you're like, God, yes, that's why I can't write. And yeah, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe to it and leave a comment down below about maybe your own experiences with a writer's blockade, or maybe some more reasons you found out that you are having a writer's blockade. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I wish you all an amazing day. Be happy and be safe.